Here we go. All right. So welcome, you guys, to our last call for this Director Bound series. So congratulations to you guys that are here, that have made it through the program. And so hopefully you guys have are going to take away lots of information. I've seen some amazing growth from those of you that are really implementing the program. And if you're not getting the growth that you want, reach out to us, or reach out to your director to see what is that's holding you back. Because a lot of times it's our mental shift that needs to change before we can really move forward. And so tonight we're actually going to be talking about the new consultant strong start. And I need to go take a nap. I think I'm ready for bed. So, all right. So, all right, so we asked you to make a list of 10 or more potential recruits. So who did this? So who made this list? Anybody want to share? And what about who's done an opportunity chat in the past week? Either a practice one, or you scheduled with a potential team member?
I guess you could say technically we did that one yesterday, Melody.
Yes, we did.
With Michelle.
Oh, gosh. Yes, and actually, so Skylar assigned her third team member, which makes a fifth team member for Heather, because it's on the same team. And so both Heather and Skylar are working to promote to director this month to simultaneously promote. And so exciting. So we did. And so doing that that group chat, the three of us, really helped to get her excited to start and give it a try. And so, all right, so what about who has their shows? I know this says October. You guys, I'm so bad at this, but so all right, so who has their bookings for April and 8 bookings on the calendar ready to go? Who is going to have that success this month? And if you don't,
I have 6. I'm trying to vie for my next 2.
Awesome. So yay. So, and if you're not to that 8, remember that 8 is what will get you to your goals. And when you have 2 shows a week, that's what helps you to have that success and moving forward. So if you're not getting the recruit leads, is it because you're not doing the 8 shows? So think about that, because 2 shows a week will help you to get those recruits. You have to be in front of enough people. So don't forget also to be tracking your leads. And so looking at your list of leads for bookings and recruits, to be constantly adding people to that. And so remember that 3-2-1, and so 3-2-1 is great if you want to promote to director, but to maintain and really move forward, have fast-paced growth, you really want 3, 2, and 2. And so that's kind of our mantra with our team is 8 shows a month and 2 recruits a month, so 8 plus 2. And we found that when you focus on 8 plus 2, then that will give you all the success you want. So if it's the 8 shows that scares you, really just focus on getting those contacts and just getting out there. And so sometimes I think that we give up before we get to that point. And so if you are looking at how many contacts you make, are you making 15 contacts a week? And so if your calendar is not full, then it may be that you're not making the contacts. And if you are making 15 contacts a week and you're not getting the bookings on your calendar, then maybe we need to look at what you're saying. So you can reach out to your director and find out what is it that you're saying of why those contacts are not leading to shows. But 9 times out of 10, what I find is that it's because you're not making the contacts. So it's, and making contacts means actually having conversations. So if you send out messages to people and they don't respond back, don't count those as contacts. So our homework for this week was make it a growing team. So what's something that was helpful as a takeaway from this call?
Don't discount anybody.
Don't discount anybody. So when it is
prejudge.
Yeah, I was going to say it's really easy to prejudge people, but it's important not to prejudge people because you never know who's going to be that yes. Anything else? Did anybody else listen to the call?
Yeah, I did. Sorry, I'm trying to not multitask, but I'm multitasking. When you're talking to somebody about, the opportunity or, sharing with them, don't make it about you. How could this help your life? Not, this is what it's done for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, and the words of Jackie Cooley come back to me all the time. And y'all have probably heard me say this before, but when I was coming up in the business and working to promote to director, I listened to a training by Jackie Cooley. So it's a really old training, but I remember her Southern accent saying, "It's not about you." And so I always think about that, of thinking, talking about them and what it can do for them instead of yourself. All right. Anything else? All right. So we're going to move on. So, all right, you guys. Oh, if I can get my thing. Okay. So, so now if you, if you've been doing the work from the train or through the program and you've got your 1 or 2 recruits so far, so what do you do with them now? So there are several things that really help them to get off to a strong start. First, you want to establish a really great relationship with them. Get to know them. Find out about their families, their outside interests, and what their why is. The real reason why they want to do well with Pampered Chef. And this will help in keeping them interested and engaged with their business. Help them set immediate goals of what they want to achieve in their first 30 days, 90 days. How much money would they like to make? What would they use the money for? How would it benefit their family? Help them to set goals or to set shows on their calendar. Help them to get shows on their calendar immediately so they have 4 to 6 shows in their first 30 days so that they can earn the new consultant special. Get them excited about unpacking all those great tools and using them in their own kitchens so they can develop stories to tell about how to use them and things customers can make with them. And we'll work together to start their new consultant training. So when you recruit your first recruits, we work together with you so that you can hear the words to say to help them train or to help train them. And consultants who have the support of a strong leader will do better than those who receive little or no support. And getting a strong start helps them gain confidence and stay active. Your support will bolster their success during the first 30 days and beyond. New consultants need 3 things from leaders. 1, guidance from the get-go. Just as you coach your host to ensure a successful party experience, you'll want to provide coaching for your new team member to guide them towards their personal success. Most people haven't been self-employed before, so they'll appreciate you explaining clearly what works in their business or in this business. And 2 is structured check-ins. New consultants want to check in with you regularly because you'll help them celebrate their successes and address any challenges they may face. Make it easy by offering to connect over the phone, through email, by text, or on social media. And then help along the way. Everyone encounters obstacles, and your support is important. It might be a quick answer via text, a brief training moment, or simply a challenge to persevere. The bottom line is that you're there to help your consultants stay on track and reach their goals. Here are 5 easy steps to help or to coach new team members. Initiate positive conversations. Lift others up through your conversations. It's okay to have empathy, but move the conversation in a positive direction quickly. Example, what's the best thing that has happened in the last 24 hours? Or what's something you're excited about right now? 2, remind them of their why. Help them to find their purpose. Discovering what they want out of their business is critical to helping them achieve it. Use their why in your coaching. Remember, their why might change at different points, so revisit this idea often. Even with a casual conversation, you can remind them about their why. Brainstorm and pick a challenge. Nobody likes to be told what to do, so brainstorming ideas is a great way to share your experiences and stimulate solutions from your consultant. Create a big list of ideas together to move toward their goal. Then, once they have a list, let them select 1 or 2 action items they're willing to approach. Ask, which items do you think you're willing to tackle to achieve your goal? Hold them accountable. Have a conversation about the best ways to hold them accountable. This way, when you follow up, it's because they asked you to. Ask questions like, how can I hold you accountable? How long do you need to accomplish the action items we discussed? What should I do if I don't hear back from you? Motivate through meaningful recognition. One of the most effective things a coach can do is to inspire someone is to celebrate their achievements both individually and in a group setting. Incorporating social media will be meaningful and inspiring too. Be sure to recognize and celebrate your new team members' milestones. The new consultant Strong Start was developed by some of our top leaders in the field, Becky Ishii, Stacey Idsel, and Love Carpenter. The system is organized to help new consultants get rolling right away. It's based on a series of phone calls that start right away. It's important to talk with your new consultants about twice a week, and you might even text in between those calls just to check in. We'll be doing these calls together as three-way calls so you can learn more yourself, and you'll be able to help train your future new consultants. The calls begin 24 to 48 hours after the new consultant signs, and the second call is 2 days after the first call. The third call is before the new consultant's first show, and the fourth call is after the first show is held. After that, we do what's called show-based coaching. So we'll put his or her bookings on our calendar and talk with the consultant after each show. We can celebrate successes, help give suggestions when things don't go well, like low attendance, no bookings, etc., and give lots of encouragement and inspiration along the way. We will keep that new consultant's focus on meeting his or her goals. The calls begin in the first 24 hours after the new consultant signs. Our goal is to develop a good relationship with that consultant, find out what he or she wants to get out of the business, including why he or she wants to succeed with Pampered Chef. And we'll ask a series of questions to find out more. We'll also help to get 4 to 6 parties booked in their first 30 days. We know that consultants who have a strong first month experience success and will more than likely stay with the business. And the second call is 2 days after the first call. We'll follow up on bookings and make sure that they've been secured and have dates on the calendar. We'll plan for their launch party and talk about how to have strong attendance, what words to say to get people excited about attending, and start a plan for recipes, etc. And we'll give an overview of the Fast Track to Director program. We'll start training on host coaching basics, and we'll talk about how to share their story at their shows. Oh, whoops. A little too fast. Okay. The third call is before the new consultant's first show. We'll again follow up on bookings for other shows for their first 30 days and beyond. We'll talk about what she or he plans to say for the intro and close of the party, and how to talk about bookings and the opportunity. We'll build excitement for the first party and talk about setup, tips for good flow, how to focus on power tools, and answer questions. And the fourth call is after the first show is held. We can celebrate successes, help give suggestions when things don't go well, like low attendance. I lost my place. Oh, no bookings, etc., and give lots of encouragement and inspiration. We'll talk about customer care and how to follow up with lots of we'll talk about customer care and how to follow up with customers who were there. We'll review host coaching after the show to build outside orders and bookings, and we'll talk more about building a team. Did she or he have fun at the show? Did the food turn out well? Did she or he get bookings, recruit leads? What went well? What could he or she do differently next time? And we'll talk more about building a team, the benefits of having team members, and our goal to help them get a commission increase and a promotion. After that, we do what's called show-based coaching. So we'll put his or her bookings on our calendar and talk with the consultant after each show. We can continue to celebrate successes and give lots of encouragement and inspiration along the way. We'll keep that new consultant's focus on meeting his or her goals. If the consultant has no shows on his or her calendar for a week, we'll plan to talk at the beginning of the week and review bookings and continue with training. We can break these calls into shorter calls with less content and call more often if that works better for his or her schedule and yours. Again, your director will be doing these calls with you so you can learn how to do it, and we can both encourage your new team members so they get off to a strong start. Don't forget that our next goal is to be a senior executive team by October. So let's work on helping each other promote to director. So here's our call to action. So you want to add to your list of potential recruits. Offer the opportunity to everyone during full service checkout and do 24-hour thank you calls. And if you're a virtual consultant, do thank you calls or reaching out in some way personally, and ask every host. Don't forget to make 15 contacts per week or more. It's 3 contacts a day. Partner with your director on call number 1 with your new consultants, or listen to a coaching call with a leader. Review the coaching new consultants guide on the PC University. And listen to the recording on PCU called Make It a Strong Start with Becky Ishii and Stacy Itzel. You go to Consultants Corner, click Training, then Director Bound, then Consultant Resources, and click on Make It a Strong Start. So keep your eye on the goal because you'll be a director soon. Just keep sharing the opportunity by informing and inviting and holding opportunity chats. And get those new consultants off to a strong start so that you'll have a strong team. We'll work together to help you to build a strong team. Remember, we are a senior executive bound, so let's do it together by October 31st. And with that, you guys, so this is our last call this is our last call with our Director Bound program. So here's what to expect going forth. So for the next 2 months, so through all of April and all of May, you'll still be in the Director Bound program. So from now on and from here on out, it won't be through calls like this, but it'll be through the group page where you'll see special things pop up each day. That'll be something small with just like a quote, or it might be something to listen to or a short video to watch or something. But then we do have our 6 weeks to success that will start in 2 weeks. And so you're more than welcome to participate in that. So join us for that, and it'll be starting at like the beginning again. So it's great training and stuff to help you just kind of reiterate that stuff. But hopefully this was helpful. And so with that, so let's open up the lines for any kind of any questions that you guys have or anything you want to talk about. So, all right. What questions do you have about the material we just covered, or any other, or if you want to talk about recruit leads that you have questions about how to approach them or what to say? Do you have a question, Tracy?
No, can I say something?
Of course you can.
Okay, so the new consultant training information that Melody was talking about, I don't know if you guys have looked at it, but you can print it out. And then the very last page actually has instructions on how to put the binder together. And when you do that, it all just kind of comes together and makes sense. So make sure you do that.
Do you want to show your binder? That's what I was going to say. You want to kind of walk through it?
Sure. I don't know if I can really show you, but so
just like a quick overview.
I have the press plan guide, which you will see with the binder, and it just basically tells you what the consultant is going to get from home office, and then what you need to do as their recruiter. And then it just has each call, and it has scripts to use. It has different scenarios, like, you know, if this happened, then do this. And then it's just broken down. Then it has a follow-up at the back. And then at the very back, which is like my favorite part, it has the 1 through 31 tab. And that is so when you follow up, when you start building your team, it's hard to keep track of when you have a coaching call. So you can put your sheet for that consultant under which day it is. So I know, okay, tomorrow's the 8th. I know I have a coaching call with Melody and Skylar. So you can just open up to that page and you'll see the names. But this is so helpful. Once I put this together, it really changed what I was doing. And you're being consistent. Once you do this, you know you're not going to miss anything with somebody because you're following the plan and you're being consistent with all of your recruits. So that's my 2 cents. I just wanted to add that.
Love it. Yes, and I know when I started using the new consultant Strong Start, it made a huge difference on the amount of new consultants that qualified on our team. And it went from like most of them not qualifying to most of them qualifying. And so if you do those Strong Start calls, it's really important. And so doing them with your director until you're at a place to do them by yourself, and it makes such a big difference. So,
and if anyone has questions about the binder, send me a message. If you don't want to ask on here, I'm happy to answer questions or help you guys if you need help.
I say, because I know for me, I've been just still looking at it on the computer, but I'm tired of scrolling back and forth and trying to find it. And so that's next on my to-do list, is to actually do the binder.
It's worth it.
Okay, so I'll ask this. The 1 through 31 that you were talking about, is that a sheet or you have like actual like tabs?
It's one. The tabs are labeled 1 through 31.
Okay.
And then you'll have a sheet for each consultant.
Okay, I'm tracking now.
That you keep notes on, so that way you can just move that sheet to whatever day their call is.
Okay.
So after you finish a call, you schedule your next call, you just move the sheet to whatever time you rescheduled it.
That will make things a lot easier.
I know, it's amazing, right?
The stuff that Pampered Chef does for us, I'll tell you. Thank you.
All right. Anything else? Nope. All right. If there's no other questions, then I will stop the recording. So fantastic. So congratulations, you graduated.